What if everything you've ever touched, seen, or believed to be solid was never actually solid at all? For centuries, this idea has challenged our understanding of reality, blurring the lines between science and philosophy. But what if it's not just theory? Groundbreaking discoveries in quantum physics now suggest that the physical world isn't made of solid matter, but a vast, intricate projection of energy, governed by forces far beyond human perception. Prepare to question everything you thought you knew, because what lies ahead may forever change the way you see the world. Matter, the physical universe itself, may not be what it seems, and you're about to find out why. Get ready, humans. Welcome to Astral Breeds, True Oneness. Don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe to the collective before we begin. Now, fellow humans, let us start. Let's start with what you think you know. Solidity feels real, doesn't it? When you sit, the chair supports you. When you place something on a table, it stays put. But this experience may perhaps be a trick. Matter, at its most fundamental level, is anything but solid. If you could zoom in beyond what your eyes can see, past molecules, past atoms, down to their very structure, you'd find that the foundations of everything around you, your chair, your table, even your own body, are mostly empty space. Picture this. If the nucleus of an atom were the size of a marble placed at the center of a football stadium, the electrons, which orbit the nucleus, would be zipping around near the outer walls of the stadium. Between the nucleus and those orbiting electrons, vast, empty space. Now, everything you see and touch are composed of countless atoms with this same structure. Imagine sitting in your living room, petting your dog. You feel the warmth of their fur, the gentle pressure of their weight resting against your leg. Undeniably real, right? Now, what if what you're feeling isn't real? What if there's an invisible force between you two? An illusion of contact. Let's dive deeper into what's really happening on a microscopic level. The building blocks of atoms, protons, neutrons, and electrons, themselves are not solid objects. They are energy packets, described by quantum mechanics as wave-particle dualities. This means they can behave like both particles and waves. On the quantum scale, electrons don't orbit the nucleus like planets around the sun. Instead, they exist as diffuse clouds of probabilities, only materializing into definite locations when observed. The very act of observing them collapses their wave-like nature into a particle state, a phenomenon known as the observer effect. This seemingly straightforward realization dismantles the classical notion of solidity, revealing that matter, at its most fundamental level, is energy assuming specific forms. Everything in the universe, from the smallest particle to the largest celestial body, is in constant motion. At the atomic level, this energy manifests as vibrations, oscillations of particles within atoms. These vibrations are not random but resonate at specific frequencies, unique to each substance and material. Atoms vibrate at these unique frequencies, generating ripples of energy that propagate outward, interacting with the energy fields of everything around them. These interactions form a symphony of vibrational energies, crafting the illusion of tangible boundaries where none truly exist. These atomic and subatomic interactions form a bridge between the microscopic world within your body and the vast macroscopic world around you. This interconnected web hints that your existence extends far beyond your physical form. This inherent uncertainty is what underpins the illusion of solidity. The sensation of touch you experience isn't due to particles physically coming into contact. In fact, they never do. The boundaries between you and everything else, it appears, are not fixed realities, but shaped by the observer's perception, you, and the invisible forces of the quantum realm. Studies in quantum mechanics reveal that what you feel while interacting with the world is the result of electromagnetic forces repelling each other. The electromagnetic forces between the electrons of different atoms repel one another, preventing objects from passing through each other, thus creating the feeling of physical resistance or solidity. But this resistance is not the result of a tangible contact. It's a force field generated by the interactions of electric charges. This instantaneous connection suggests that, at the most fundamental level, the universe is but a deeply interconnected field where information and influence can travel faster than the speed of light. This defies the traditional mechanistic view of the world, where objects are assumed to exist independently of one another. So, when you're scratching behind your dog's ears, the sensation of solid fur is actually an interaction of electromagnetic forces. The atoms in your hand repel the atoms in their fur due to the negative charges of their electrons. It's not solidity you're feeling, it's energy fields interacting. If we go deeper into the quantum realm, we encounter the Higgs field, which gives particles their mass. This field permeates the entire universe, and as particles interact with it, they acquire mass, allowing them to interact with other particles through forces like gravity and electromagnetism. But even this doesn't reveal the deepest nature of matter, because while the Higgs field is crucial for explaining why particles have mass, it doesn't get to the core of what these particles really are. According to Einstein's theory of general relativity, space-time is not a rigid, unchanging backdrop, but a malleable, fluid entity that can bend and warp in response to the presence of mass and energy. The more mass an object possesses, the more it bends the space-time around it, which in turn affects the motion of other objects. This warping of space-time demonstrates that space is not an inert, passive container. It is an active, evolving component of the universe itself. Enter string theory, a mind-bending, audacious proposition that reshapes everything we thought we knew about the universe. Imagine, if you will, that the particles you've always considered the smallest, most fundamental building blocks of reality, quarks, electrons, photons, are not little solid dots at all, but rather tiny, vibrating strings of energy. These strings are not confined to our familiar 3 dimensions of space and 1 of time. No, these strings live in a multidimensional universe where they can vibrate in ways that defy our imagination, each vibration corresponding to a different particle or force. And just like musical strings that produce different notes depending on how they vibrate, these cosmic strings produce the fundamental forces that govern reality. Now, here's where it gets truly strange. These strings exist in a space that may have 10, 11, or even more dimensions. Dimensions beyond our ability to perceive with our senses. These extra dimensions are not just hidden, they are curled up so small that they are beyond detection. But their existence is crucial because the very way strings vibrate across these dimensions dictates everything we observe in the universe. Everything from the force of gravity to the electromagnetic force to the very nature of mass itself. Billy Carson explains it best. The particles that make up matter are vibrating strings of energy. What we perceive as solid objects are merely high-energy vibrations interacting with one another. Now, what if this universe, this reality we live in, is merely an intricate hologram projected from these strings, vibrating in patterns that form the seemingly solid world around us? What if the very nature of existence is far more mysterious than we can possibly imagine? String theory dares to suggest that we are not made of solid matter at all, but of vibrations in a vast, multi-dimensional symphony, a cosmic dance that transcends everything we've ever known. So at the deepest level, this hints that the universe is not built of matter. It's built of pure energy, pulsating through dimensions we cannot see, at frequencies we are only beginning to comprehend. What then is the true nature of reality? Energy and vibration. Every particle, every atom vibrates. The frequency of this vibration determines its properties. A solid object is simply energy vibrating at a specific frequency. Your perception of this vibrating world is shaped by the tools you have to sense it. For example, when you touch something, your brain interprets the atomic vibrations of that object as a solid or soft. When you see something, your eyes are detecting the vibrations of light waves. In essence, your reality is filtered and organized by your brain into something that feels stable and tangible. Even Einstein acknowledged this truth, stating, "Everything is energy, and that's all there is to it." Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. While Einstein spoke of this in theoretical terms, modern experiments have confirmed it. This realization leads to an even deeper question. If everything is energy and vibration, and we are part of this interconnected energetic field, could aligning ourselves to a specific frequency allow us to transcend the apparent solidity of matter? Or better said, if the structure of matter is mostly empty space, held together by vibrational forces, could it be possible, through resonance, to pass through solid objects, like walls? And here's where things defy all logic. At the quantum level, particles can tunnel through barriers by temporarily existing in overlapping probabilities. Particles don't just move, they disappear and reappear on the other side of barriers, slipping through solid matter as if it weren't there. This phenomenon, known as quantum tunneling, has been observed in laboratories, and while rare on a larger scale, it hints at something extraordinary. Could mastering vibrational alignment one day allow us to phase through objects? Theoretically, yes. In 2021, physicists demonstrated quantum tunneling on a larger scale, proving that even the most impenetrable barriers can be crossed if the right frequency is achieved. If you could match the exact vibration of the wall's atoms, theoretically you could pass through it. Quantum tunneling happens because tiny particles, like electrons, don't stay in one fixed spot. Instead, they exist as waves of probability, meaning there's a chance they could appear on the other side of a barrier that should block them. It's like a ghost passing through a wall, something that seems impossible in the everyday world, but is completely normal in the quantum world. This concept isn't just theory. It's the reason technologies like semiconductors and scanning tunneling microscopes work. But on a larger scale, like moving a person or object through a wall, it gets much trickier. To make that happen, you'd need to control trillions of particles in just the right way, keeping them in sync while preventing outside factors from interfering. For now, quantum tunneling works best for the tiniest particles, not big objects like humans. In essence, while tunneling is commonplace in quantum mechanics, scaling it to human or object-sized systems demands breakthroughs in quantum field manipulation and a profound understanding of coherence in complex systems. But I ask you, if we could harness the ability to pass through barriers like particles do, what would it mean for the future of humanity? Or more intriguingly, could it be possible that this technology already exists, perhaps kept hidden from the world? Let us know what you think in the comments, fellow humans. So now, if matter is an illusion, then everything we think we know about science, technology, and even spirituality is about to be rewritten. We are on the verge of unlocking the secrets of manipulating reality itself. Frequency and vibration aren't just abstract concepts, they are the very code of existence. Imagine a future where we can reshape physical objects at will, teleport matter by reassembling its atomic structure, or even phase through barriers like energy slipping through space. Nothing is truly solid. Everything, you, me, the entire universe, is an interconnected ocean of vibrating energy. And if reality is nothing more than a shifting illusion, then how much of it can we actually control? What does this mean for you? It means everything you think you know about reality is about to be shattered. Your reality isn't fixed, it's fluid, it's malleable, and it's constantly being reshaped by the very forces you can't yet see. Everything you experience, the world, your emotions, your thoughts, are in a state of constant flux. Particles are appearing and disappearing, shifting in patterns beyond our current understanding. And the most mind-blowing part, all of this is happening in real time, around you, right now. The universe isn't just a place, it's a living, breathing entity that responds to your energy, your consciousness, and your perception. Imagine a life where the universe bends to your frequency, where your thoughts alone could shift the world around you. The question isn't how you can change reality, but how far you're willing to go once you realize what's possible. Thank you, humans. If you enjoyed the short exploration into the mysteries and uncertainties of matter, please leave us a like below and share it with your fellow Earthling. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay tuned on future revelations of reality and existence. Drop your thoughts in the comments section and let us know what other topics you would like us to explore. Until next time, fellow humans, and stay fluid.